Everything for nothing. 250 iron. Let's go talk to... I know there's another dude over here.
Welcome to my workshop.
Kasparov.
I saw you fighting the dead out in Lower Crossing, and I dare say you were absolutely brilliant. Evidently, cutting you off that noose was the best decision the captain made that day. Ah, where are my manners? I'm Kasparov, scientist and inventor. What brings you to my humble shop?
The captain said you wanted to speak with me.
Rift gates, yes. The ethereals use them to get around. I was working on a way to close them, but then you stumbled through ours. We have never seen a human, possessed or otherwise, pass through one before. Not a living one, anyway. It was then that I realized that we could put these portals to use. There's something about you that is attuned to the rift gates, and I intend to replicate it.
Wait, what?
You don't remember anything, do you? I may have taken some liberties while you were out cold. It was just a few tests, a blood sample or two, nothing major. The results were curious. It appears that your body is still teeming with residual aether energies. Don't worry, you won't be growing any new limbs, probably. But I'm going on tangents here. I believe that with a correctly tuned pulse of aether energy, we can replicate this phenomenon in a controlled manner, as in without the need for pesky possession. I've been working on just the device to do it, but it needs power. For that, I require aether crystal fragments.
Ether crystals like these?
Excellent. These will do perfectly. I'll just place them into my device here, and... oh my, that's not right. Not at all. That pulse, it wasn't supposed to go off. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3... Yes, my fingers are still intact. Did it reach you too? How do you feel?
I feel stronger.
Ah, very good. I'm sure a little more aether
Look,
in your system won't do you the slightest harm. Okay, maybe it was a lot more, but you look fine. Fitter than ever. A real shame about the prototype, though. Showed such promise. Perhaps if I had more fragments.
I think we're done here.
Ah, we've been so preoccupied with this Riftgate business that I completely forgot about my apprentice, Starlet. I sent her out to the Burwich Estates to fetch parts for our research, and she's been gone entirely too long. Seems her ineptitude carries beyond just the workstation.
You lost your apprentice?
I have to say, I do feel a little responsible for her now that she's my apprentice. Could you please go out there and find that hopeless girl?
I'll keep an eye out. Cool. So we actually finished a quest there and started a new one. I think there's a guy down here.
The captain send you over? He must have done quite a service with the dead if he's got hands to spare for old Barnabas. Let's get to business, yeah? Our wind pump's broken down again and we're running low on water. We're all out of parts, so I can't fix her up. Can always melt down what weapons we have, but I'm not too fond of being devoured in my sleep. I'll need scrap from Lower Crossing.
And I just lower a bucket into the river.
Have you seen the bodies floating out there?
Oh yeah.
Surface water around here is rank with disease and decay. Our only hope is the well. Now, you gonna get some scrap, or do I have to settle for sass?
Where can I find
Search
it?
the ruined houses and the old dumping grounds on the far side of Lower Crossing, past the burial hill. Smash some junk. Search the bodies of those things roaming around out there. Where you get it isn't that important to me. Just that you get it soon. We're running out of drinking water. Nothing to be said about ever taking a bath again.
I'll get the scrap you need. Guess we don't have enough. How much scrap do we actually have? We have 3. How much do we need? 5. So we're getting close. Let's go in town, see if there's anybody in here that needs anything. Well, here's a dude. Captain said you're good to go. Don't start any trouble. Thank you. Got 100 XP for that. Anybody in here? Oh yeah, here's one. No, not you. Valdis. Well, I'll be damned. You really came through for me. The rift took me back to Devil's Crossing just as you promised. Oh, this is the dude we found out there and sent him back through the rift. You're welcome. I'd like to thank you. Here, take everything I've found out there. It's not much, but maybe you can make some use of it. Thanks. So we got 500 iron, 50 Devil's Crossing rep, and some scrap. Cool, we only need one more scrap. Alright, this lady. Sybil Hart. Oh yeah, I remember her. I'm sorry to bother you, but if you're headed out towards Whitemire, could you keep an eye out for my brother? Who is he? His name is Milton Hart. He was a soldier in the Imperial Army. When we fled Burwitch, he volunteered to cover our escape. He always had a penchant for heroics. But it has been weeks and we have not heard from him. I dread to think that he may have become one of the dead. He always wore an amulet I gave him years ago to keep him safe. Now I fear it may be preserving him in undeath. I wish nothing but for my brother to be allowed to rest in peace. Will you do this for me? We last saw each other at the Sodden Hollow in Whitemire, so I'm afraid he's still out there. I will do what must be done. I certainly will. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else got something they need done? Anybody?
Greetings, child.
Sadina.
I'm pleased to see that the taint of possession has left you. Should you require it, I offer spiritual guidance to the survivors. I will gladly extend this service to you.
Are you the one who stopped me when I was possessed? By the way, we didn't see the intro clip to this game, but it starts with your character being possessed, and then they capture you and somehow chase the spirit out of you. The ethereal, that is what they're called in this game.
My knowledge of spirits has allowed me to devise a trap with which we were able to contain you and the ethereal that controlled you. It was not until the noose was firmly around your neck that the spirit left you, though.
Why haven't you dealt with the reanimator then?
I'm afraid that I am not at all fit for combat, which from my understanding was more than necessary for you to reach the reanimator's lair. I was only able to subdue the ethereal within you with the use of a trap, which would have required the reanimator to come to us, just as you have.
You mentioned spiritual guidance.
Troubled memories can cloud the mind and torment the spirit. With my guidance, you can move past these painful thoughts and begin anew.
Thank you, I would very much appreciate that. I think she actually, yeah, she lets you respec. So that's what she was talking about when she said troubled past, correcting your troubled past. So that's a pretty clever way of doing that. And I think that's all we get for quests. So let's go ahead and sell a bunch of this junk that we don't need. Actually, we actually did get some better armor. That actually gives us extra lightning and electrocution damage. Wow, that's awesome. So we'll take that for sure. Don't need shields or guns. Don't need one-handed weapons. These gloves are not as good as the ones we have. Scrap, don't need one-handed weapon. That's an offhand. That's a shield. So we got 46 armor plus stats on this one. Cold damage, frostburn damage, defensive ability. So that's better than the one we got. Get rid of that. This is not as good. That's not as good. We'll go ahead and put this up here. Okay, so that should pretty much clear out. We need one more scrap. So let's do what the dude said. Actually, we can go up into the Whitemire. That's fine. Let's go up into the Whitemire. See if we can find some of these other quests and some scrap at the same time. So Whitemire is where we just were when we were trying to find. There is another. There's like a cave over here somewhere. It's got to be. Maybe it's over this way. But there's like one of those dogs mini boss inside of it. It's got to be over here somewhere. This one might actually move around. Oh yeah, it moves around because it's over here now. There's our last scrap. Actually, that takes care of that quest. But let's do this cave while we're here. So this one actually has some, it actually hurts you when you stand in the liquid. So we're not going to try not to be in here very long. We must be sapping or leeching life somehow. I don't know how, but we keep filling back up on life. Is there leech life on this weapon? Doesn't look like it. Actually, this weapon does acid damage, which I don't really care about. We can actually put the lightning nova on our offhand. Why not? Or on our right click. What does this do? Oh, it actually, there's modifiers to the enemies inside of here. So here's the bossy guy. He does a ton of damage. Something is making us heal though, and I don't really know what it is, but he does a lot of damage. But once we get a little bit low, we can go ahead and pop that healing potion. He might be putting like dots and stuff on us. Those spikes that pop up out of the ground like that, like a star shape, that's actually an ability you can get from the stars. So grab this vital essence, lodestone, tenacious Bernard's slightly chewed buckler. So that's a shield. We don't need that. These mobs, these heroic mobs do drop these grand spoils. So when you hit those, a bunch more stuff will pop out. Ah, actually there is a good thing. So madness. Oh, it's a one-handed sword. Oh, it's a chaos damage one-handed sword. That's good for another build. We'll grab that. But it's not going to be used for this build. So charge silver amulet of celerity. That gives us some lightning damage, so that's awesome. Let's go ahead and put that on. Did it put it on automatically? No, it didn't, because we have one on. So yeah, this madness is a cool little one-handed sword. But let's go ahead and where'd that amulet go? There it is. So 1 to 4 lightning damage. We'll take that over the bag of salt, which is 5% less damage from ethereals. Kill a couple more puppies. Grab another scrap. We have way more than what we need for our quest now. Sometimes there's like an altar in here that you can get. But I don't see it this time. Didn't spawn this time. Let's go ahead out of here. Head up to Whitemire, try to finish off some of these other quests. We're now in the Whitemire again. So there's a number of quests we can do in the Whitemire. There's those 3 mini bosses that we've got to kill that one guy asked us to kill. We got to find that lady's brother. Got to level up, so that was cool. Grab this frozen heart. Let's go ahead and do our level up. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, and we got that bonus point from that other quest that we did. Let's go ahead and grab that. So now we just need, what are we at? How many points do we have in here? 22. We need like 25. So we're almost to the point where we can get Storm Surge. I think we need to go further east, but we might as well clear out this part of the map. Some bugs we almost missed. You know what? We need to put our physique point in here too. I always forget about the physique point. Whenever you see these little nests like this, there's usually those myrmidons or whatever. Deepmire warriors, they're called. Now they're Deepmire corpses. I love that little lightning that shoots around everywhere. That just rocks everything. It's like 3 seconds to clear out all those mobs. What's down here along the side? Nothing. Puppy. More puppies. More puppies. How do we miss all the puppies? Bristly fur. Bristly fur. There should be one of those mini bosses right around here to the east somewhere. Gotta be getting close to the first one. There's a cave. You want to see what's inside the cave? Yeah, let's see what's inside the cave. Dirt covered note. So another note, give us some experience. 250 experience, not bad. Open up this. Pervious salvaged foot pads. So these are magic boots. Gives us ether damage, pierce resistance. So they're not very good, but they're better than what we have on. So let's go ahead and take care of those. Here's food. This is another offhand. Can't use. Yay, a quest. Please stay your weapon, stranger. We're no outlaws. We're captured and put to work here in the mine. I hope you're here to set us free. Your slaves here? So it would seem, and nothing is worse to a rover than being confined. We're part of a rover band that set up in camp in secluded part of the Whitemire, hoping to avoid trouble, but trouble found us anyway. They captured 4 of us, but young Larkin and 2 other men who were here already died from overwork. They just left their bodies down here with us. Rovers follow the path of peace, but I can't help thinking the world is a better place since you sent those outlaws to meet their justice. So I can either give them a rift gate, or I can say that I killed the bandits and they're free to go. And it's the same kind of choice that I had before, so I'm going to do the rift gate again. Give us some experience. I don't really know what the difference is. Oh, some more scrap. There are like relics and things in this game that you can make with all this scrap and bits that you find, so we're gonna keep holding up. So there's a magic 2-handed mace. Does more damage than the one we have. Actually, does it? And here's another. There's a maul. 3 to 7 piercing damage and faster casting speed. Don't really care about the casting speed, but let's see what happens to our damage. So if we go to Primal Strike, does 93 to 201. So if we use this one, we have a lower minimum damage but a higher maximum damage. If we use this one, same thing. We're just gonna stick with the axe for now. I think that's everything inside that cave. Yeah. And we'll grab that amulet to sell it. Daytime in the swamp. I remember seeing that often. Battered shell, we'll take that. Another bug. Mutagenic ichor.